del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. It is a Wednesday, January 8th, and we are here to jumpstart your day with good vibes, a dash of positivity, and a whole lot of energy.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are mo fun with us. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter.
It's so cool. I love I like how you started the studio.
Siya lang yung hindi naka-jacket
That's
eh.
why you're cool.
Kasi
I love it.
tawag mo dyan, tiis ganda. Gusto niya mga off-shoulder tuloy.
Yeah, I wanted to wear Isa today.
It's cute.
Yes.
So just tiis the cold.
I
At
know.
least you look beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
Kaya nga, tiis ganda. That's what we go
That's
with.
right.
But then we got a packed show today. A lot of news to go around. And of course, we have another guest, another winner in the MMFF. So always excited to talk about stuff like
And
that.
this movie is so intriguing to me.
I know. We should watch it
haven't talked
together,
about
like the three of us.
The 10 movies that we still
because
haven't
this is
planned
a
to
horror.
watch.
This is a horror movie.
Sino ba nagsabi? Oh, dami kong time para manood ng 10 movies, diretso.
Sometimes I forget that I'm a mom and I have responsibilities. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch all 10, and then life happens. But anyway, it's a horror movie, and it's always best to watch horror movies with friends. So we should watch it together.
My policy is don't watch horror movies.
I hate horror movies, but if I have to watch them, it's with friends.
Yeah.
So let's watch it together.
That's
we
funny.
should
But
do
then,
that.
of course, let's see if the weather's going to cooperate for any plans in general. Because let's take a look first at the weather today. Be ready for possible rains all over the country. Now, despite the storm-free projections, Pag-asa explains we can expect some downpour, especially in places affected by the northeast monsoon and the intertropical convergence zone. Now, the shear line is affecting parts of southern Luzon and the Visayas, causing scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms in provinces like Quezon, Marinduque, Romblon, and Palawan. The Hanging Amihan is also dumping rains with a touch of cool in places like the Ilocos region and Cordillera, including Metro Manila and the rest of Calabarzon. The rest of the country should watch out for isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms. Now tune into Weather HQ later on at 9 a.m. for more updates, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now on to some serious business. Chinese hackers allegedly stole Philippines' military data. That's according to Bloomberg, which reports that some of the sensitive information stolen revolved around the West Philippine Sea dispute. The hacking is said to be a part of a years-long espionage campaign targeting Filipino government agencies. The executive branch was reportedly infiltrated in 2023 and in August 2024. Meanwhile, the Chinese Foreign Ministry denied these reports and said they oppose any kind of hacking and cyber attack.
Now, still on the disputed water saga, China Coast Guard's monster ship seen along West Philippine Sea deemed illegal by Philippine authorities. The Philippine Navy says China is violating the International Tribunal ruling by entering the country's exclusive economic zone. The Navy has sent air and sea assets to monitor the Chinese vessel, while the Philippine Coast Guard and the Malacanang are also closely monitoring the situation.
We view it with concern. So, ganito yan. So far, we have been challenging the presence of that monster ship. The Coast Guard, our Coast Guard, has always been very alert in following up yung presence of that monster ship. Pasulpot-sulpot, and it is within our exclusive economic zone. So, tina-challenge yan. If you look at the YouTube channel, makikita ninyo where there were many occasions na tina-challenge ng ating mga Coast Guard vessels yung kanila. Meron ding counter-challenge yung Coast Guard ng China. But it all works well in the end kasi nothing confrontational happens. So, maaaring projection ng issue dito. But I'm not going to say anything more because that's a matter of operation, no?
The Armed Forces of the Philippines is open to the Senate's investigation regarding the submersible drone recovered in San Pascual, Masbate. According to the AFP, this is not the first incident where a drone was retrieved from Philippine waters. In fact, all such devices are currently undergoing forensic investigation. Details on this report from Francis Falve.
The Philippine Navy is not disregarding the potential threat posed by the submersible drone recovered in Masbate. According to Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad, Philippine Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, the drone is currently undergoing forensic analysis. He stated that the investigation, which will cover the drone's physical structure, technical specifications, and electronic components, could take 6 to 8 weeks. The drone is possibly commercially manufactured, measuring 3.5 meters in length and weighing 94 kilograms. It might have been air-launched or deployed from a mothership. Based on its colors, yellow, red, and bright orange, it is often used for scientific research or tracking purposes. It was observed to have Chinese markings on it. The Philippine Navy has not ruled out the possibility of military applications.
This type of equipment are designed to gather bathymetric data or data that pertains to the depth of water, the salinity, the temperature. In today's world, that information crisscrosses different dimensions. What is useful for academic purposes, for commercial purposes, for scientific research, also has military applications.
Rear Admiral Trinidad added that this is not the first time such devices have been retrieved from Philippine waters. In August, a similar device was found in the Northern Islands. In September, a part of another drone was turned over to the Philippine Navy by local fishermen. All these devices are currently being examined to determine their origin and purpose in Philippine waters. The involvement of fishermen is deemed crucial in the country's territorial defense.
I would like to highlight and to commend our fisher folks who were alert enough to notice this particular submersible drone in the waters of Masbate. They reported that PNP, hence the Philippine Navy and the AFP came into the picture. Yung ating mga fisher folks are a indispensable part of the CADC. Maraming salamat sa agarang pagbigay ng aksyon nila. And I would like to tell them that ipagpatuloy nyo ang pagmamasid sa ating karagatan sapagkat kasama kayo upang manatiling ligtas at protektahan yung ating karagatan.
One consideration for the AFP is the strategic importance of the Eastern Seaboard, historically used as an access point to the Pacific Ocean by Americans and Japanese forces during World War II. There is speculation that the drone's purpose might be to map the area as Masbate lies at the entrance of the San Bernardo Strait, a strategic and important gateway to the Pacific Ocean and the Philippine archipelago. The Senate will launch an investigation into the matter. Senator Francis Tolentino has already filed a resolution seeking clarification from the Department of Foreign Affairs on whether permits were obtained from coastal states for the drone's deployment.
Wala pa akong alam. Kasi merong posibilidad na 100% sure galing ito sa isang mothership. Yung mothership na yon nasa loob ng ating karagatan. Subalit, meron din posibilidad na ito ay deactivated na at naanod na lamang. So, malaki rin ang posibilidad na hindi talaga sa San Pascual ito nilunsad. Maaring sa ibang lugar, deactivated na, naanod na lang sa ilalim.
The AFP is open to the Senate investigation.
The Philippine Navy and the AFP for that matter as a whole is willing to support any legislative activity or action in furtherance of developing the AFP's capabilities.
However, the Philippine Navy clarified that speculation does not equate to evidence. The AFP assured that it remains on top of the situation and is taking the matter seriously. Francis Polbe, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
There is no stopping the SSS contribution hike. That's despite calls from lawmakers and groups to suspend the 1% increase in collection amid high cost of living. SSS President and CEO Robert Joseph De Claro says only amending the law could stop the increase. Under a Republic Act signed by former President Rodrigo Duterte, SSS contribution is set to increase by 1% per year.
Mas mahihirapan ho ang ating mga manggagawang Pilipino pag isususpend natin to o i-delay. Kasi ang perang makukuha ho ng SSS ay magagamit ho para mapa-improve pa ang benefits natin in the future.
In the meantime, over 200 Filipinos jailed in UAE came home to the Philippines after being granted pardon. Pierre Pastor reports.
220 overseas Filipino workers detained in the United Arab Emirates were pardoned and are ready to come home. The pardon was granted as part of the 53rd National Day of UAE. The 220 detainees is an addition to the 143 Filipinos who were also pardoned last year during the observance of the Eid al-Adha. President Bongbong Marcos attributed the grant to the good relationship between the Philippines and UAE.
Ang desisyong ito, nakaragdagan sa 143 Pilipino na nabigyan ng pardon noong Eid al-Adha, ay patunay na matibay ang ugnayan ng ating mga bansa. We extend, of course, our heartfelt gratitude to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, whom I also had the honor to meet for this very compassionate gesture.
The Department of Foreign Affairs and the Philippine Embassy in UAE are now processing the documents of the OFWs so they can come home soon.
Sa kanilang pag-uwi, naway maging ligtas ang kanilang paglalakbay pauwi sa kanilang mahal na lupang tinubuan.
Pierre Pastor, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
In sports, a great escape for the TNT Tropang Giga in the PBA Commissioner's Cup. The Tropang Giga edges out the Meralco Bolts Tuesday at the PhilSports Arena 101-99. Calvin Oftana is named best player of the game, hitting 3 of his 5 triples to finish the game with 24 points. RHJ Rondé Halls Jefferson led TNT with 24 points and 13 rebounds, including the game-winning free throws. Meanwhile, in the first game, the Phoenix Fuel Masters cruised past the Terfirma Jeep 122-108. Import Donovan Smith led the Phoenix Fuel Masters with 37 points and 7 rebounds, including 5 big blocks.
Now in entertainment news, love is in the air. MJ and Peter Parker just might get their happy ending this time as Zendaya and Tom Holland are reportedly engaged. U.S. media reports say Tom had proposed to Zendaya back in December. The actor showed up at the recent Golden Globes without Holland, but with a sparkly new diamond ring, sparking engagement rumors. While the two like to keep their relationship private and haven't officially announced their engagement, TMZ and People confirmed the news through sources close to the couple. The two met in 2016 at the set of Spider-Man: Homecoming, where they played MJ and Peter Parker. They confirmed their relationship in 2021. I love them so much. Congrats to them. I saw the picture and
Of
I
the
wasn't
engagement
sure.
ring?
Well, of Zendaya wearing the beautiful custom Louis Vuitton dress that she was wearing with her big engagement ring. Of course, that's the first thing I noticed. It's huge.
Was it as pretty as Selena Gomez's?
It looks similar, actually. I think the
Ooh,
cut
okay.
was very similar. I had to
Okay.
zoom in. It's so pretty.
Hindi ko makarelate, sorry. But of
but
course,
you saw the ring of-
congratulations to Tom Holland though,
Yes.
and Zendaya.
I'm
We're
so
showing
happy
pictures
for
there.
them.
They're
like,
so cute.
They look so in love.
Right?
I love it.
I mean, the chemistry was just there from Spider-Man.
Yes,
And
yes.
rarely do you see on-screen couples actually, come to fruition.
Yes.
Right.
Especially with a couple that young.
And I think the key to the relationship is that they keep things private, right?
That's
Most
true.
of the time.
That's true.
Because Hollywood is crazy.
Not like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. They're
Super
so
public.
out there, right?
Well,
But
di lang
they're-
Hollywood, kahit
they're
dito
more
naman
private.
eh.
Oh, and yeah, in
Yeah,
general,
Kaya
in
diba?
showbiz.
Kapag maraming public, people could start observing
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
taking notes, diba? So,
Taking notes.
noted.
So in conclusion, keep things private.
Keep things private. That's the way we go about
Right?
it.
Now, guys, up ahead, Strange Frequencies Taiwan Killer Hospital took home the Best Sound Award at the 50th Metro Manila Film Festival. Sound designer Ditoy Aguila joins us live after the break to talk about what it took to produce an award-winning soundscape. Don't miss that. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Ito po si Father Nono.
Ako po si Father Fiel Pareha.
Ako si Risa Singson Kaupeng.
Kape at pandasal na po tayo. Ito po si Cardinal Chito Tagli.
It meant a lot. There are only 3 companies in the Philippines included in the 100 list. It's also validated what we are doing is good for the environment. Aside from that, we're also able to get a new investment from CSEF, Southeast Asia Clean Energy Fund. Early this year, we are able to raise $6 million. And for MOBER, it's really something very, very proud that what we are doing is really helping the country also.
Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, niluluwalhati ka namin. Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, dinarangal ka namin. Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, dinarangal ka namin. Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, niluluwalhati ka namin.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. The movie Strange Frequencies Taiwan Killer Hospital tells the story of a team of ghost hunters who are exploring one of Southeast Asia's most haunted locations in Taiwan. And the film's chilling frequency was brought to life, which was enough for it to win Best Sound at the 50th Metro Manila Film Festival. Joining us is the mastermind behind the movie sound, Ditoy Aguila. It's a beautiful day, Ditoy.
Hello, good morning.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Ditoy, how does it feel to be recognized for Best Sound again in the MMFF? I believe this is your 6th MMFF win. So how did it feel this time?
Good, because I had that 9-year lull. So now I'm going back again to the industry, ano? So with this win, parang it's a good boost again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And actually now, 2 producers already called me up. They have projects lined up.
Wow.
Another movie coming, so that's good.
Congratulations.
9-year lull, was there any pressure from you this time around? Because 9 years is a long time.
Actually, one of the producers I worked with before, Don Monteverde, he's the son of Mother Lily.
Yeah.
So they have a production company, Reality, and Mothership Studios. So internal, Netflix requires, not naman requires, pero it's better for a producer who has all the production aspects in-house.
Yes.
Okay.
Kasi usually, the sound, iba gagawa sa studio.
Outsourced, yeah.
Yeah, because of course, protection then of the property, the
Yes.
one you're producing, or in-house that. And if it's in-house, the production aspect gets faster. So they're doing a lot of, now, Netflix shows, or for digital, also movies. So he called me one day, Ditoy, matagal ka na wala sa industry. Eric and Eric Mati, his partner, a famous director,
Of course.
said, in Netflix or the other streaming companies, they need in-house in audio studio. can you do a studio for us? So actually, in my previous work, I used to set up a lot of studios.
Yes.
In Ateneo, UP, all those, even ABS-CBN, GMA7. I set up their audio studios before, like early 2000. So I have experience making studios. So yun nga, Don called me, gawa tayong studio in-house para sa amin. How much will it cost? Blah, blah, blah. So yun, I gave them the specs. Bottom line, after 1.5 years, nagawa na yung studio. And this is our first project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they produce itong Strange Frequencies.
Oh, interesting. So I want to backtrack a bit, Ditoy.
Yes.
When we talk about sound design, the first
Yes.
thing that pops up in my mind is Foley artists.
Foley, yeah.
Correct.
So is
Yes.
that, can you expound more on
Yes,
what a
yes.
sound designer actually does?
Actually, the sound element in the production process usually last na yan eh. Because production, you shoot, di ba?
Right.
Yes, yes.
Before production, you have screenplay, di ba? You'll plan the shoot, And then may live sound na with the shooting process or nakalapel in actors, and then there's the boom mic, di ba?
Yeah.
So that's the actual live sound that editors use when they're cutting the film already. Yung binubuo na nila yung film. And then the next phase of the sound element is post-production na. After you do all the edits, marinig mo lang all the live sound. With temporary music score, di ba?
Yeah.
But you don't hear footsteps. You don't hear mga sabog ng baril or what.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or those mga special sound design elements like siguro may creepy sounds here and there.
Yeah.
Or so yun yung post-production nga na sinasabi ko. And Foley is the actual movement of the people you see on screen. Foley yung parang literal sound that you see on screen. Kumari, open na artista yung door.
Yes.
So since the live sound doesn't catch it too much because the mic is not nakatutok to the doorknob, sound designers will add sound sound effects. Or Foley artists, they recreate the movements and doorknob also. Gagawin nila. So yun, Foley artist, one, and then sound designer, and then meron pa yung nag-mix naman with all these elements. If you're in front of the computer, all sound elements naka-tracks yan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kumari, all dialogue, artista, isa-isang tracks.
Yes.
Let's say 20 tracks, 20 artista. Tas Foley, maybe another 20 tracks. Footsteps, all the banging, or kumari, movement ng table or what, or even clothes when you sit down. It's 20. Then another maybe 30, 40 tracks of sound effects.
Yeah.
Sound effects can be ambience, like you're outside the forest, so you hear mga birds.
And everything.
And minsan hindi lang isang track yun, meron pa isa-isa na bee na dadaan or whatever. Or make it creative. Kung naka 5.1 surround ka, you need sounds up front and at the back.
Yes.
So iba pa yung sound na parang may river ka at the back that you don't see. So ang daming elements, the mixing engineer, you have to balance all of those.
Yeah.
So to make a story also, because ito yung mahirap sa ibang engineer, they just put it flat. Walang dynamics.
Yeah.
So sometimes music gets so loud, dapat, kumbaga, if you're a chef, you have all the ingredients, you have to make a
Pero
dish
mali yung timpla.
na harmonious.
Yes.
Yung timpla, parang mali. Or minsan, you don't hear the dialogue.
Yeah.
And sometimes, creatively, you can also, if you see Strange Frequencies, some scary aspects there are actually the silence.
Yeah.
So basically, room tone lang yung lumalabas.
Room tone lang, or
Yes.
you can put it down. Even pag may nagsisigawan, there's also a part in the movie na kahit nagsisigawan sila, literally, we put down the sound. Zero, you don't hear anything.
So sa mixing lahat yun,
so
the
creative din
sound
yun eh.
mixer, yes,
So you
that's
also
all
create
part of the process.
parang story with the sound.
And I can only imagine the challenge sa genre. Kasi especially sa horror, may mga pregnant pause, may mga talagang room tone lang yung naririnig, pero part ng story, but that's also part of sound design. But buti lang, this is not your first win in MMFF with a horror film.
Yes.
2015 was your last horror win, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Then, so what are the unique challenges kapag horror? Kasi for some reason, silence is the key.
Like this one, especially, a lot of the sounds there that I put, you don't see on screen.
Yes.
So, sa briefing pa lang ng director, maybe 2 months ago, nag-online briefing kami. Dito, ganito yan, ito kasi yung kwento. Tapos marami kasi sound na, yun nga, kailangan manggaling sa sound designer.
Yeah.
So he'll give me an idea. So syempre, I have to actualize it, put actual sound to it.
Yes.
So sa presentation pa lang, it's a process, parang collaboration. Paparinig namin and then ka-comment siya until finally happy na everybody. So
How much creative freedom did you have dito?
Actually, a lot naman. Kasi pag-experience ka na, in fact, si Eric Mati kasi siya yung producer.
Yeah.
So siya yung final stage na yung uupo.
Yeah.
In fact, yung final stage namin, 2 lang kinoment niya. Ito lang, dagdagan mo lang dito. Tapos itong scene, ito na. Yun na, hindi niya na pinanood yung bang pelikula.
Yeah.
But he already watched it previously, yung mga nagawa namin.
Yeah.
So, ganun kalaking collaborative in yung leeway, yung creative freedom.
Now, was there a particular scene in this particular movie that you found most challenging? Because we talked about your challenges in your career, but what about this movie?
Usually in the Philippines, ang always challenge is getting good live sound. Dialogue.
Yeah.
Kasi minsan, a lot of the places where they shoot, may mga dumadaan na tricycle or people, crowd. So kung rin, as voice editor naman, we have to clean it up. Tapos last stage na, you'll have to bring in the artist again and cure or redub it. And the challenge naman there is when you dub it in the studio, iba yung quality as you...
Right.
Yeah. So kung may mixing engineer naman, you have to sculpt it, the dub sound, to sound like live sound. Kumbaga consistent dapat. Kasi sometimes when you're watching a movie, parang, ba't iba yung sound na yun? Kasi dinub, tas hindi inayos sa engineer. Yung obvious, dapat suwabe lang, smooth lang.
And this movie was dubbed as the first meta found footage horror film in the Philippines, right? So medyo para siyang
parang docu-style.
Documentary style, right? And it was also based on a South Korean horror film, right? Yung Haunted Asylum.
Yes.
Was that challenging for you to create the soundscape for this kind of movie?
Actually, I haven't seen the Korean original. That's also nice. So wala akong reference na gagayahin ko or what. But yes, it was a challenge. But magaling din naman the producers and the director. They said naman from the start pa lang, they wanted to sound organic and parang docu nga.
Yes.
Not too polished or too dubbed.
Yes,
yung parang natural lang.
May konting pagka-raw.
Yes. So even the sound effects I use also, kung ano yung sounds ng hospital, like bakal or clanking. So walang masyadong not organic. Yung parang realistic siya.
You mentioned the collaboration with, obviously, si Direk Eric Mati, but then we also have to give credit to Direk Kerwin Go, who was part of the whole process.
Correct.
When you sit down with the editing, with the sound design, with the production, how was yung collaboration na yun?
Kami ni Kerwin, siya yung nag-brief sa akin sa simula. So actually, I never met the guy in person. Talagang siya kasi nag-shoot
Yeah.
But we talked like an hour with the production supervisor, si JL, And ayun, pinag-usapan namin kung ano yung gusto niya. So, syempre, gets ko na rin. And when I did in fact, the editors, when they approached me, dito, butas-butas yan, wala kasing sound So, if you watch it raw na walang sound, parang uninteresting.
Yeah.
So, when I put everything, all the elements, Joey Dugusuman, another director, after Kerwin, siya yung umupo. Because he had to do some reshoots.
Yes.
Tapos, after the reshoots, umupo siya mga 3 days. Si Joey, hanggang 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Yun, pinifigure out namin what sounds to put in.
Yeah.
So, yun, si Joey nakaupo. And then, after that, yun na, nabuo na namin, and then we presented to the producers.
Typically, when you guys make a movie like this and add the sounds, balance it out and everything, how long does it normally take you guys?
That's a good one here in the Metro Manila Film Fest now,
Yeah.
Because we have a long timetable. So, ito parang 2 months.
Yeah. Okay. And that's very long for you.
Yes. In Hollywood, hindi.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
In Hollywood, ang audio team, post-production, maybe like at least 10 to 15 people.
Yeah.
And 2 years production time.
Yeah.
Here, it's funny, but ito rin pa rin challenge ko. I did this alone.
Wow.
Ako lang mag-isa gumawa.
Wow, congratulations.
So ako yung
That's
nag-dub ng artista. Nagulat nga sila, sir, kayo rin nagda-dub. Yes, ako lang gagawa.
One-man team.
Yes. Tapos ako rin nag-Foley, ako rin nag-sound design, then ako rin yung nag-mix overall.
Okay.
From
Grabe.
all of those elements that you mentioned, which one would be your favorite to do?
Actually, yung voices pa rin. If you watch it, I don't want to spoil it. Marami doon, it's based on voices of the artista.
Right.
So maganda doon. And in fact, some of the missing there, yung mga production team ko yung nagboses. Yung nagboses, kumari, si JL, si Irish, yung mga, kumari, missing reaction ni Jane De Leon. We didn't need to call her pa, di ba?
Yeah.
Reaction lang, yung parang,
Yung hinga.
yung mga ganon. Or anyway, parang spoiler Yun, si Irish yung gumawa, one of the production people. Tapos si JL, one of the parang monster or sound, nagulat sound, ginawa niya. So, it's cool then because people like us behind the scenes, nakakatrabaho rin and put their own parang spin or input, di ba?
Wow, that's funny.
Napaka-interesting ng work of a sound designer, no? And you know what? We wish we had a lot more time because we have so many questions to ask pa. Such an interesting conversation. But thank you, Ditoy, for joining us. The MMFF films are going to be running all the way till January 14. It's an extended run for them. So why don't you invite our audience to check out Taiwan Killer Hospital?
Yes, I'm inviting you to watch Strange Frequencies, cool siya for barkada or those mahilig sa horror. And actually, all the other films, I went to Gateway yesterday. Grabe, magagulat ka. Like, pila, some are sold out up to now after Christmas. So, I'm also inviting you to watch all the other films. So, maganda itong 50th MMFF na lineup. So, usually quality films kasi talaga ginawa ngayon Unlike before, mabilisan lang, like siguro 8-10 years ago. Now, they really choose the films na makapasok. So, magaganda lahat ng films.
Really great, and of course, the production is, of course, on point. And congratulations once again. Multiple-time winner. And again, marking your return sa MMFF with another Best Sound Design. Maraming salamat and congratulations. We can't wait for your next win. Sometime soon.
Okay.
All right, so still in entertainment somewhat here. ABS-CBN's franchise gets a push in Congress, signifying a possible comeback in the airwaves for the broadcasting giant. That story and more after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Good morning, I'm Mikey Orata.
Ferdy Salvador.
Welcome to Industry Beacon,
where we shine a light on the trailblazers,
the disruptors, and the industry leaders shaping our future.
And in each episode, we explore how they're staying ahead in their fields,
one industry at a time.
It's a good opportunity to come from Australia here to the Philippines.
AC Health has launched groundbreaking initiatives to improve access to care.
I'm so thrilled we opened the country's first cancer-only hospital.
Industry Beacon on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. At BNC, 12 noon doesn't mean break. We're always ready to give you the latest news. Join Maya Rodriguez delivering fresh news for you.
Price of diesel will increase by $1.45 per liter. Field of flowers cover the square in front of St. John Church.
Vendors we spoke to here in La Loma say sales are up this year.
News feed at noon, only here on BNC.
Actually, I think it's impossible to be good and nice all the time. Yes, it's too much to ask. You should just try to do your best, as in all things in life. And if you can be quite good almost all the time, don't worry about the gifts. It's time to relax. Yes, quite big gifts, I think.
Coffee!
So let's see what happens with these gifts. Okay.
And take good care of the presents. We made them with love.
Yeah, I will.
Joo,
And now, everybody, Merry Christmas, oikein hyvää joulua, Joyeux Noël, Feliz Navidad.
Hei hei!
Ollaan valmiita, mennään vaan. Merry Christmas,
hei hei!
Joyeux Noël, Frohe Weihnachten, Feliz Navidad.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. A House bill was filed on Tuesday seeking to grant ABS-CBN a franchise nearly 5 years after it went off air. Under Albay Congressman Joey Salceda's House Bill 11252, the network would be granted a 25-year franchise to operate television and radio broadcasting stations. Salceda says the Securities and Exchange Commission and Bureau of Internal Revenue have cleared ABS-CBN from allegations it faced. Aside from a legislative franchise, ABS-CBN would also need a broadcast frequency, as Bilyonaryo Manny Villar's All TV currently holds their old one.
Kailangan natin yung free market of ideas and of course reporting on events, lalong-lalo na sa pananaw patungkol sa kung ano ang nangyayari sa ating bayan. So ako naniniwala na ang pagpapanumbalik ng isa sa mga masasabi natin na magandang laban ng GMA at ng ABS ay nakakabuti sa bayan.
The administration's first cabinet meeting of the year centered on the 2025 budget and delayed DOTR projects. They also released a statement on the monster ship seen within the country's EEZ. Pierre Pastor has more.
President Bongbong Marcos held his first full cabinet meeting for 2025 on Tuesday, focusing on two main issues: the implementation of this year's national budget and the delayed implementation of flagship infrastructure projects. There are 69 ongoing infrastructure projects from 186 that were approved by the NEDA board. These include the North-South Commuter Railway, Metro Manila Subway Project, MRT-4, MRT-7, LRT Line 1 Extension, New Cebu International Container Port, PNR South Long Haul, the Mindanao Railway, and the Dumaguete Airport development. Department of Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista cited several reasons for the delays and plans on how to finish them before the term of President Marcos ends in 2028.
There are many issues, one of which is the acquisition of properties, the right-of-way, we call it a RAUSA, or right-of-way acquisition. We have issues on also some funding. No? There are issues about relocation of ISF, relocation of utilities. No? There are issues about registration of properties.
Bautista said that even if the DOTR's budget was slashed, they still have other funding sources.
There were some reductions in our budget, but we should be able to fund this from the loan proceeds. No? We will continue to implement these programs. No? The ones that were reduced basically are the loan proceeds. We can still avail of the loans, no? So that we can fund these major projects.
Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin said the veto on the budget was necessary to avoid deficits, adding funds cannot be transferred to other projects. Pierre Pastor, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
The Agriculture Department plans to impose a maximum suggested retail price on imported rice. It will range from 42 to 55 pesos per kilo. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel says this aims to address unreasonable prices in some local markets. He says they will finalize crafting the label rules within the month.
Inflation sped up for the third straight month in December 2024, but average inflation for 2024 remained within the government's 2 to 4% target. Sujin Kim tells us more.
The Philippines closed 2024 with an inflation rate of 2.9% in December, up from 2.5% in November and 2.3% in October. While inflation remains among the slowest in 4 years, this is also the highest in 4 months.
May increasing trend tayo nung October, November, December in terms of the inflation rate kasi nag-drop siya nung September, di ba?
The December uptick was driven by faster price increases in housing, utilities, and transportation, Rent inflation increased to 2.4%, while LPG soared with 7.8% inflation. Ship fares skyrocketed with 71.9% inflation, driving the sector's upward trend.
Yung pamasahe sa barko, may seasonality talaga yun, ano? Tumataas siya pag holidays, December and during summer. Hindi naman ito unique ngayong year, but of course, close to yung NCR, for example, close to 100%. No? But this is seasonality. We are expecting na after itong month, bababa naman itong pamasahe sa barko.
Restaurants, cafes, and the like lead as the top contributors to the December 2024 inflation, followed by rentals and food.
Normally, pag tumataas yung food basket, kasama yun sa restaurants. Plus, yung services, which means wages. So, yun yung may impact. Pero nakikita natin na yung malaking contributor talaga dito sa movement niya, yung raw materials, which is basically the food and non-alcoholic beverages. So,
Chicken, mangoes, and tomatoes are some of the food items that recorded higher inflation.
at the national level, ito yung nakikita kong basket natin ng commodities under the vegetables, tubers, cooking bananas at iba pa. Ang mataas na inflation rate dito, of course, kamatis, 120.8% inflation year on year. Cabbage, almost 38%. Malaki ang kanyang increase talaga dito sa National Capital Region. Yung level niya, ang NCR, yung average price ng kamatis noong Disyembre 2024 ay nasa 213 pesos and 45 centavos. Kung ikukumpara natin nung Disyembre nung 2023, ito ay nasa 64 pesos and 57 centavos lang. Ano? So talagang malaki yung kanyang increase.
Although food items such as onions and potatoes registered negative inflation, sugar, particularly brown sugar, noted slower price increase. MAPA explains typhoons and other meteorological events impact agriculture first.
November, parang 5 yata yung typhoons na nakita natin. Every time there's a typhoon, ang una talagang tumataas ang presyo ay yung mga gulay. No? Nakikita natin yung inflation rate for vegetables. But we see, of course, samahan pa natin yung demand, high demand, noong holidays.
Still, prices of rice remained resilient. Regular, well-milled, and special rice are all down from November to December.
Baka mayroon tayong expectation na maging negative na yung inflation sa rice sa January. So that's part of the good news.
Chief Economic Planner Arsenio Balisacan says the government's efforts to temper inflation have largely been successful. Chairman of the House Committee on Agriculture and Food, Wilfrido Enverga, said the Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage Act helped lower the prices of food items. The rice tariffication law as well empowered Filipino farmers. The Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund increased the 10 billion peso annual allocation to 30 billion pesos to support rice farmers. Sujin Kim, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
A Filipino Marvel character is getting its animated debut on Disney Plus this January. Find out more after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
In fact, baliktad. Padadamihin pa namin ang serbisyong ibibigay ng PhilHealth, palalakihin pa namin ang pagbayad sa insurance claims. So, I would like to just assure everybody, huwag niyong inaalala na mababawasan ang serbisyo kahit na kanino.
From the filing of candidacies until the last ballot is counted, your newest trusted news source, BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel, will be at the forefront to guide your decisions and guard your vote. Tune in to BNC's Election 2025 special coverage.
Nuestro Padre Jesus Nazareno, niluluwalhati ka namin. Nuestro Padre Jesus Nazareno, dinarangal ka nuestro Padre Jesus Nazareno, niluluwalhati ka namin.
Hello, welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. More on sports, the Jiu-Jitsu world champion, Meggy Ochoa, pulls down the curtain on her career as a national athlete. The 2023 Asian Games gold medalist reveals on social media that she has competed in her final campaign as a national athlete, which took place in October last year. Now, apart from the Asian Games, Ochoa is also a two-time gold medalist in the Southeast Asian Games, and in an interview on The Scorecard, Ochoa says that her run as a national athlete was a surprising yet fulfilling one.
It's a dream that I never even had as a child. Kasi I as a kid, I was like not really an athlete. And like now looking back, I'm like, wow, I mean, the way that my life turned out to be, I never would have expected it.
And the Royal Rumble, under the traditional rules, let me say that again, under the traditional rules of the Royal Rumble, Cena must outlast 29 other participants to face a champion of his choice in WWE's grandest event, WrestleMania. Grabe, you know, I was so worried because buti lang we could hear him because I couldn't see him in that video.
What do you mean?
Oh, you don't get it? Oh
No,
my
I
gosh!
don't.
I don't get it also. I'm like,
Yeah,
No
what is
way.
it?
no, I don't get it.
No way!
Yeah,
Your jokes
we
aren't
don't.
funny on this show.
No!
Like, you have your own world over there. I mean, I don't like, bro. This is the reason why we look at camera more.
Kami lang in sync.
No,
You're
tell
the
us,
Lulu.
come on.
Because John Cena is known for saying, "You can't see me."
Oh,
So he's never.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
It's still not funny.
Oh no!
It's still not
Oh
funny.
no!
Anyway, John
Well,
Cena's
but watching him doing that
So
thing,
cute.
that
Oh
thing,
my gosh.
the thing we flashed on our screens, he's so tough. And then in my head, I remember the way he looked when he did Ew with, what's his name? The late night TV show host.
Kaya mo yan.
Jimmy
Fallon.
Fallon.
Yeah. When he did Ew, the segment Ew.
I love John Cena. He's so funny.
He is.
And I'm sad that he's not going to be wrestling anymore. But
You've never
he
watched
also-
him wrestle.
I think I have.
Clips.
I have.
I've watched clips.
Okay,
Never the whole
noted.
thing.
Noted. I
Calling me out
cannot
on
wait. I
camera.
cannot wait to clip this and put it online.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay, just wait. I'm also gonna make a montage of you. Just wait. Of stuff you've done on camera.
Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Wow.
Well, you really chose violence this Wednesday. Let's move on because. Wow, Paul's. Okay, anyway, Pinoy pride on the world stage because Marvel Comics' first Filipino superhero is making her animated debut. Wave joins the cast of the upcoming animated Disney Plus series, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The teaser shows Wave, or Pearl Pangan, accidentally bumping into Spidey's alter ego, Peter Parker, at school. Wave is a swimmer from Cebu who made her first appearance in 2019. Her co-creator is acclaimed Filipino comic book artist, Lainil Yu. She's from Cebu. She's an Inday.
Yes. And she
I
has
can't wait to
elemental
watch it.
powers. I love it.
Yeah, it's like I guess in Marvel, it's like Namor, the Submariner, the Marvel version of Aquaman. Basically, also another
There, look at
sea
her.
superhero.
Wow.
Oh wow, she's so pretty. I want to look like that. Dang, my
Maybe
girl.
that should be your next Halloween costume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually. Let me get fit first. We're still working on it. It's only January 8th, guys. Wait lang. She has abs. Hanggang
Well,
flags
medyo
lang
superhero
ako.
din naman eh.
Superhero
Oo.
naman kasi yon. Of course, they're
you guys never
exaggerated.
know.
Well, yeah,
Baka
okay.
superhero din ako.
Well, I believe in you, Mo.
Thank you, Anne.
Anyway, let's move on to Washington, D.C., where two adorable and fluffy pandas enjoyed their playtime in the snow. Bao Li and Chiang Bao had the time of their lives in their winter wonderland-like outdoor spot at the National Zoo. They jumped, tumbled and rolled their way in the snowy field. The two fluffy bears are part of China's so-called panda diplomacy. The Chinese government uses this to boost its international image, either by gifting or lending pandas to foreign zoos as goodwill animal ambassadors. Oh, so they actually do that. They give pandas.
Not
Ooh,
just to
okay.
the U.S., but to other countries as well.
as
But oh my God, they're so cute! They're gonna be on my next presentation already for 2025.
I was so high-pitched.
Sorry, the whole time you were reading, I was just like, oh my God, I just
know
want to
they're
roll in
adorable.
the snow and cuddle them.
And you see those videos where they cuddle baby pandas? That's actually a job.
That's my dream job. Either that or Mudeng's zookeeper.
Cuddling pandas, because they apparently they need to be cuddled.
Yeah, so speaking of, by the way, speaking of cute animals, this next segment, I don't know kung magagalit si Mo or hindi.
Indifferent. Let's see.
We'll see. No, we'll base it on your read.
Let's talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, guys, please excuse
All
my
right.
close
Zoom in
monitoring.
closer, please. Zoom in closer on Mo because this is very emotional for
To
her.
get the reaction.
Yeah, just a bit closer as she
Buti na
reads
lang
this.
nag-counter ako today, so I look payat.
All
Okay.
right.
So,
Oh my goodness.
please excuse my close monitoring of all things Mudeng, but a newborn baby pygmy hippo in the U.S. now has a name. Meet Poppy. The Metro Richmond Zoo in Virginia revealed the baby girl's name on social media, and according to the zoo, Poppy is the perfect name for this playful and perky baby hippo. It adds her name is a flower, just like her mother Iris. Poppy earned 52.8% of the votes over Hammy May, which got 47.2%. The zoo explains that aside from the overall vote, Poppy won the votes in the U.S., its home state of Virginia, and in person.
Poppy
Okay,
pala
so
sa
now-
baby flower. As a flower.
Flower, yeah, like poppy seed.
Akala ko kasi Poppy is like, you know, like a baby dog.
Hala?
They thought it was like a...
Poppy!
Ito na naman yung mga jokes ni
Mother dog and the
Ibang
puppies.
Filipino yung Hoy Poppy!
Wait, Poppy, oh!
Ang cute naman ng Poppy! Oh my God!
Oh my God! At least we got that one.
Yeah.
No, pero kasi
Pero
madaming
super
Pinoy yung
bagay pala.
bumoto.
No, I don't like Poppy. I like Hammy May better.
No, because the mom is Iris, so it needs
she
a
looks
flower
more like
name.
a Hammy May.
Really?
But Mudeng still.
Now
is
it looks like a
forever.
Poppy to me. Now that it's named Poppy.
It looks like a hippo. Anong Poppy?
Parang kakawig kayo. Can you zoom in?
Yeah!
Can you zoom in?
God, can you see the
Poppy?
similarity?
Look,
Oh,
I was
there,
like,
oh.
wait lang. Because my
Oh.
view is Poppy and
Oh
Pao.
my gosh, Pao.
Si Poppy and Poppy.
Can you say it correctly? Poppy? Paupi.
Ayan, Poppy.
Poppy. O sige,
Oh,
Poppy.
better.
Pati yung mga
Poppy and
hirit mo, I
Poppy.
help you with... Oh my God.
Thank you for the assist.
Look, they put us beside each other. Right?
Oh, you guys
Oh,
are so
cute.
cute together.
Wait lang. May match ko. Wait lang.
Cute. Now I know who you look like.
And that is it for us this Wednesday, January 8th. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us today.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Make this day an unforgettable one by choosing joy and spreading kindness wherever you go.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. May you all have a great hump day ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day.